We appreciate everybody taking the time today to join us. This has been a long time coming, but we are so happy to get our partnership with Office Beacon off the ground. Welcome to Pranav Dalal, co-founder and CEO of Office Beacon. How are you doing?
Doing great, David. Thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. It's been great working with you and the team to get this off the ground. And we are going to do a deep dive into Pranav and Office Beacon and everything that they're providing to the commonsku community. But before we dive into that specifically, I kind of wanted to spend a minute setting the context for why this partnership exists, how it fits into the broader commonsku partner ecosystem. Most of you are probably aware, our goal isn't just to provide software. We've built a community over the years and an ecosystem around our distributors that really is intended to help them grow smarter, scale faster, focused on what they do best, serving their clients and selling great ideas. And really that means thoughtfully bringing partners into the community who offer services, technology, expertise that solve real problems that distributors face as they grow. Over the last few years, we've partnered with companies who provide payment solutions, accounting solutions, tax solutions, marketing services, and of course, remote staffing solutions. And really over the last few years, one of the most consistent challenges that we tend to hear from distributors of all sizes is capacity. As business grows and the volume of orders and artwork and invoicing and follow-ups and supplier coordination grows, it's caused a bottleneck with some companies that really need some extra help, and they hit a wall. As we all know, hiring locally can be expensive, slow, risky, especially in an industry as specialized as promo, where you really need people who know the industry and how it functions. And this is where remote staffing has quietly become a real success story for many commonsku distributors. When it's done right, the right training systems, the right understanding of industry, remote teams can be a powerful way to add capacity and improve responsiveness and really protect margins without sacrificing quality or culture. And that's where Pranav and his team at Office Beacon have come into play. They're a great example of the kind of partner we look for, ones that are deeply experienced in the promo industry and aligned with how distributors actually work and able to plug in seamlessly to commonsku workflows. So today is about introducing you to that story, how it works, why it works, and how it might fit into your business. So again, welcome, Pranav. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's before we dig into what you guys actually do and how you're partnered with commonsku, let's tell us a little bit about Pranav. Like, how did you get into this industry? How did Office Beacon come to be? And how has that been going for you?
Yeah, thanks for that question. I want to first of all thank you and welcome to everyone here, and thank you for joining us on this webinar. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada, and moved down to LA almost 30 years ago. Office
Oh,
Beacon,
back
and
here,
yeah, right
Toronto.
there, exactly, yeah. And Office Beacon is now this year is our 25th year anniversary. 25 years ago, I actually was introduced to a common friend who owned a supplier company in Toronto called Icon or Aware, and his name was Craig. And Craig introduced me to the promo industry. He knew I was starting this company. I started this company 3 days before 9/11, actually.
Wow.
It was a tough time, but I was very committed to growing. I didn't know where actually I was going to grow. It was a brand new outsourcing of this type was we were pioneering it. It was brand new. And so Craig introduced me to promo, as a lot of us probably never even heard of it when we first got into it. It's a sort of a hidden industry that really powers a lot of marketing for a lot of companies. And so I first learned the supplier side of the business. His company was bought by Leeds, which became PCNA. So we leapt into like just working with in the first few years a lot of suppliers, a tremendous number of suppliers. This was primarily in India. And then about 10 years later, I got a call from a subsidiary now of Vistaprint called National Pen. I'm sure a lot of you
Yep.
listeners and viewers here know them. And they had operations in the Philippines. This is 2010, 2011. And they called me because they didn't want to be in the business of managing overseas operations. And I immediately flew to the Philippines and agreed to take over those operations and grow from there. And so we've been in the Philippines, almost 15, 16 years now. with substantial operations. 3, 4 years ago, we started in South Africa and Mexico. And so we've got a truly global footprint, and work very deeply in the promo industry. I've got a lot of great relationships in the industry, and we really try to learn everything we can throughout the entire supply chain. So that's sort of the quick 2 minute overview of our history.
Yeah, that's great. It's you guys are truly international now with offices everywhere. So it's an interesting story, and I know you work a lot now with distributors as well as suppliers. And what problem were you guys originally trying to solve when you were founded, and how did that eventually evolve into focusing so heavily in recent years on promo distributors?
Right. So the problems are all the same. I mean, it's a crunch of time, too many tasks to do, trying to improve margins, a lot of the same common issues that all of our clients have and everyone we speak to. So that was the true back then. It was just slightly different back then, maybe less digital. Now it's highly competitive. Everything that's advancing with AI and digital type of work is making it the margins even thinner. So that's my core specialty, is to provide competitive advantage to clients. We're not just solely interested in just supplying a remote worker. It's really how can we partner with our clients to provide unique advantages, and our breadth of services allows us to do that. So we have, for example, a lot of the services are delivered for distributors from the Philippines and South Africa. And because those two countries do very different things, if you're looking for account management, client service, inside sales, those types of roles, we can deliver from both countries. But I think South Africa is really starting to really take off in a big way. So that's a very exciting thing. But we also have for distributors the supplier expertise. Our entire India operations is focused on suppliers, and we know everything about suppliers. We're connected in their systems. We know about the inventory. We know about turn times and enhanced dates, and I mean everything, their artwork. So the ability to really help distributors with their orders is very significant and a competitive advantage that I think no one else can really provide.
Yeah, it's become very specialized, and like you said, it's I just came back from the Promo Standards Tech Summit, and the change in technology is kind of whisking by at a blurring pace. So I know you focus on when you're working with a distributor to find out what types of services they need, what type of expertise they need. You have essentially a trained up staff, whether you're working with other platforms or commonsku. Your remote workers actually have been trained on the commonsku platform specifically, if I understand correctly, to work with our customers.
Yes, that is correct. So we have in-house training. We have trainers who are specialized in promo. So we do sort of a introduction to promo training, just giving terminology and supply chain and just all the types of process that needs to be done in the entire chain of handling an order. And then we do provide a very specific commonsku training. You guys have been great partners to partner with us on that for a while now. And this partnership with you, this official partnership, is just now highlighting the work we've already done together to make sure that this is a very attractive proposition for the community. And the other things that I'd like to say is that some of the things that are hidden but not known and not understood is that our folks have a lot of support. We have team leaders for every rep. We have HR, IT support on staff, on hand. They work from offices in every location. We do have folks that work from home, but for our clients who really prefer work from office, we have substantial operations in every country. That provides continuity in terms of internet and hydro and just better coordination of what needs to be done. I'm a big advocate for that. And one of the bigger ones is also data security, just making sure that we
Yeah.
have full control over that, over the PC, over everything that's being done to protect our clients. And so in 25 years, I think I've been very proud of the fact that we've really upheld data security and confidentiality of all of our clients.
Let's dig into that roles a bit more you were just talking about. What are the typical roles that you're seeing distributors in this industry outsource to remote staffing services?
The more common ones I would say are definitely graphic designers, graphic artists,
Yeah.
order management folks. And now we're seeing a lot more of inside sales specialists and support, as well as account managers. There's accounting and bookkeeping. We also have a huge tech staff, so a lot of our clients want certain types of tech support as well. So those are more of the common ones that I would say are available, but we do offer a substantial breadth of service. So um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. What any stories from the field on like what's the biggest surprise when a distributor actually takes the leap and hires their first remote staff person for their team, that like stories you've heard about the success?
So I think some of the success, I was just at PPAI and met some distributors. I think one of them was definitely inside sales support, and how for one distributor we were able to actually help them. And I kid you not about these numbers. Like last year, we were able to help them grow about 25%. And that was an amazing story that we're getting on video as a testimonial, because I think we definitely work very hard on finding unique solutions, and be a partner in coming up with ideas on how to help companies scale. Again, not just providing a person to sit in a seat, but really collaborate. And I also partner personally with companies that want to talk about different innovative ways to grow. I love to do that, and I'm always available to kind of brainstorm about that. So these are the types of stories that really interest me and that get me excited.
That's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about, I know you guys have launched a South African office as well that kind of gives you a different piece of the value proposition for distributors based in the US. And there are other companies out there that do remote staffing, but what's something that kind of sets you guys apart, and having this new office in South Africa kind of sets you up for success?
South Africa is an incredible country. There's some great friends I have in the industry from South Africa, actually, and I think when that opportunity was presented to me, I jumped on it. And primary reason was because it was just easy to understand. You didn't have to really sell South Africa. Their language is very, their skills are incredible. Their accent, some friends of mine have called it the eye candy to the ear, right? Like you just love listening, hearing them, and it's so true. And it's so interesting because in South Africa, uh, regrettably, the unemployment rate is nearly about 35%. It's very, very high,
Wow.
but this is a highly skilled, highly educated workforce, and we are hiring like crazy there.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those frontiers and a competitive advantage that every company, regardless of size, has to look at least entertain. We've partnered with suppliers to create a showroom there to be able to provide additional support to our employees there in terms of like understanding products and discovering, new opportunities for distributors. That's been a great experience, and we'll be revealing more about that. And we've also have industry experts on site there who've been in the industry for decades, actually. So it's a great opportunity. I was just there in December, and first of all, I love the country and the people, and I think it's the competitive advantage. I think every company, like I said, needs to look at.
That's great. Well, how does if a distributor doesn't even, they're not sure if this is right for them, or they're trying to figure out if it's time that they need to hire some additional employees, remote staffing in particular. How do you guys work with them initially? Some sort of discovery call, I assume, and then go from there.
Correct. So
Yeah.
we have a team led by Tim Lawson, our VP of distributor sales. If you don't know him, get to know him. He's out of Philadelphia, and he will definitely have a call with you. We also have usually with him our subject matter expert, Jamie Williams, who worked at a distributor for probably nearly 15 years. So she also supports the team in terms of understanding what the requirements are. We just hired on Denise Klein, who is actually from Consolidates. That's going to be announced recently
Oh
to run
yeah.
as our
Yeah.
general
I know her.
manager. Yeah, she'll be our general manager over promotional product services. So we have a very, very strong team that you would initially connect with, led by Tim and on the sales side. And they would, yes, lead you if you're interested to lead you through the process. We have a kickoff call. We match your requirements with our labor pool. We have candidates readily available to assign. And if we don't have a specific candidate, we have a very rigorous recruiting team and HR team that's hiring. Constantly hiring, so we're able to match those needs very quickly. That's the initial process, and then you get introduced to your rep. We get onboarded with them. We have a specific implementation team that works with you and handholds the entire process. So it becomes a very, very easy, trusted process for all of our clients.
Yeah, I've heard some amazing stories of folks for whom these, remote staffing folks might be thousands of miles away on the other side of the planet, but they've truly become part of their team, part of their family, and really, really neat opportunity for them. And I know I just posted a link in the chat for everybody that will take you to a page on the commonsku site that talks about the partnership between commonsku and Office Beacon. And there is an extra incentive that you all are offering at the moment too, if you want to touch on that a bit.
Absolutely. I believe everyone should be looking at this opportunity, and what we're offering is $100 credit a month towards your commonsku license bill for every distributor, for every rep that you hire from us. And so we're putting skin in the game. We believe in what we're doing, and we would encourage everyone to at least take a look at it and ensure that you really understand what the differences are and how this could be of benefit to you.
Okay. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, and you can see that information on that page too. There's actually a link there where you can set up a meeting with Tim to chat about your needs and find out if this is right for you. So we appreciate it. Uh, Before we open it up to Q&A, anything we didn't touch on that you wanted to make sure we talked about?
I think, there's a lot going on, not only with the industry, but with technology. And I think really just looking at us as more of a partner to look at everything for your business, right? So we can collaborate, consult, no charge, right? To figure out ways that we see it all. Like over 25 years, we've seen every workflow, every system, everything. So I think we're a very valuable resource to kind of get insight from.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate it. Well, if anybody has questions, feel free to throw them in the Q&A or in the chat. Or if you want to send them to us offline, we can connect you with Pranav and Jamie and Tim and the team over at Office Beacon. We're happy to do that.
I'll also put my glasses on so I can read what's happening here.
Yep.
So,
The first question is part-time or seasonal help an option? Some other firms require 40 hours per week full-time.
yeah, no, absolutely. So we can definitely partner with you on that. So we do offer those options.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody I was talking to this morning was saying that their full-time folks are more of like the production managers and customer service reps, but sometimes they need part-time artwork help, which sounds like is available, which is great.
Yeah, I think our goal is let's get you into the ecosystem. Let's get you familiar
Yeah.
with us. And I think once that happens, David, our customers, then it clicks like, okay, we can
Right.
explore this option, that option, this country, etc. So we just want to get them familiar with it to really experience it for themselves.
Awesome. Somebody else just asked, do you have any using your services for production reps within commonsku already?
Yes, yes, we have actually for years. I think this partnership is now official, but
Yep.
we've been working in commonsku. You've provided us with licenses and training support for a few years now. So yes, the answer is yes to that.
Yeah, we have several out there that are using you all and some of our other partners as well. So if you ever need to talk to our team about that and get their insights on that experience, we're happy to help answer those questions as well. Benjamin's asking rough cost range to hire a remote workforce person at the moment.
Yes, right. So a full-time person is roughly around $1,900 US, and so you're going to get a discount um, on that as well, the $100 that I was referring to. So it's very competitive, and that is for full time, and also any time zone. So if you are East Coast, need them to work East Coast, that's fine. West Coast, etc., Central, they'll do it all.
Okay. We're getting them all in here now. We may have to have some of these answered
Uh,
after the fact, but typical contract term timing, how much notice needs to be given to make changes and support?
Yep. So our typical contract is for a year. There's 60
Okay.
days notice, and we do that because we have to be fair to the employee and give them notice if something doesn't happen. But let's say you're not happy with the specific rep and you'd like another rep. Well, there's a no charge to replace that, and we'll make sure that that goes smoothly. The good thing is the minute you have an issue or want to talk to someone, you've got a team leader to talk to. You don't have to deal with the HR. You know exactly who you can go to get some that type of support, and you have Tim and Jamie. And Jamie, by the way, was also when she worked for the distributor on the commonsku platform, so she's very familiar as well. So you've got a lot of support to help you ensure success.
Great. Let's see, a couple questions about people looking for graphic design services. Is that part of this or an added service? Somebody who also can handle bookkeeping and the QuickBooks integration with commonsku, or just inside the platform?
Um, yes. So graphic design. So there's two types: the creative and the pre-press. So obviously we're doing the pre-press all day long with logos and all that. But if you need graphic design, we also have that out of the Philippines or South Africa. We take a look at kind of what you're looking for, what type of design. But we have a lot of expertise in those areas. In terms of accounting, yes, we can definitely help with QuickBooks, online integrations, as well as helping you with QuickBooks, just in terms of just managing the journal entries, payment, reconciliations, etc. Like we have experts in those areas as well.
Awesome. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Do you pay a monthly fee, then also a salary to each employee if you just need design help? That might need some more context, but
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, probably needs a little bit more clarification on that. If you're hiring, what I can say, if you're hiring a designer, yes, we we charge you one fee, like
hmm,
it's a flat fee, and you get an invoice once a month. You don't have to worry about anything else. We are taking care of all the salaries, all the healthcare benefits, blah blah blah. It's all taken care of, infrastructure, everything. So you're not having to worry about any of that.
that probably leans into some of these other questions. Are there onboarding fees in addition to the monthly fee or just the monthly fee?
We charge a 1 month in advance. So
Okay.
when you first sign up, you're literally just paying the 1 month, and then you're off to the races.
And then somebody asked if the discount, the monthly $100 discount, does it apply to somebody that they already hired?
Email me at
Email Pranav.
pdalal@com. Yeah, and you know what? Like we'll sort things out.
We'll share Pranav's email with you.
Yeah,
Well, that's great. I appreciate it. If you have other questions, feel free to keep sending them in. I can connect you with Pranav and his team and get those questions answered. But really appreciate you being here today. Appreciate you being part of commonsku's partner ecosystem and excited for great things ahead.
I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, David, and thanks, Catherine and Mark as well for their partnership.